And welcome to another beautiful evening in the city of Baltimore. This is XTY. I am TN in the building with.
Ayoka T. Price.
I'm about to say, T, where you at?
Girl, I had
Where?
zoned out for a second. I ain't
What was
even
you
going
going
lie.
on? We at work right about
I
now.
was
T, you can't
gone.
just. You
I was
was.
all the way gone, sis.
Hi, T. Hi, T. Hi,
Hey.
T. Hi, T.
Uh-oh.
Happy Monday. Happy Women's Month.
Oh, yeah.
Women's Day. It's about women. Everything is about like I realized we have a lot of special holidays.
Yeah,
Like
we do.
this one, Mother's Day, like everybody goes out. Like we have some really good holidays, like things that celebrate us. So yeah, so happy Women's Month.
And I didn't even realize it was
Just
Women's
everything.
Day until
Me
about an
neither.
hour ago.
Well, I think it's Women's Month, but
Okay.
today is International Women's Day. And I literally got like a bunch of texts, like actually wishing me a happy, like International Women's Day. And I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, do they think it's Mother's Day? I get that mixed up. And then I was like, oh no, it's Women's Month. Like, it's a big thing. So
We got a whole month. Yes.
we got a whole month. And I'm gonna act like it is. I hope they got some drink specials.
We
The
going out.
CDC, y'all, the CDC just dropped a whole little guideline about the people that are vaccinated and what they can do. I'm one of the vaccinated. I am one of those that are vaccinated. And I just got so excited. It just made my day. I had a good weekend. I'm about to be out in the streets having a few drinks. Like I just feel good. So
What?
happy
just caught
Monday.
on
Do
to
you
that.
see the smile on my face, T? Like I feel like a new person. I feel like I could do anything at this point. So happy Monday. We have a very, very dope show. We have a female, a black female,
Yes.
a business owner. Hey Chanel. Everybody say hey to Chanel. She is the owner of Charm City Natural Hair, which I'm excited about. I think I'm also excited because this is somebody that really identify like a little bit more with T.
Mm-hmm.
So T can sort of do this show more like I know you can't hear, but mommy's at work. T can lead this show because she's probably gonna ask a lot of the questions that I really don't know about. So that's why I'm more so excited.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, those who are just following us who have actually just like found out about our show, remember that you can follow us on Facebook, our Instagram. Do we have it? We don't have a Snapchat.
No Snapchat.
Our TikTok and our Periscope.
No Periscope, y'all. Periscope we no longer have. Only because Periscope is now charging. I think they're restructuring the whole thing. So go straight to our
They
YouTube.
charging us?
Yeah, now they're trying to charge a price for people to use it. So Periscope is down. It's a no-go. They have shut down Periscope completely until they revamp some things.
Well, we gotta take that.
Yes, but of course, you can watch us live on YouTube and on Facebook and off of one of our pages. Yes.
NXTY.
Wow.
Do we have any announcements? I mean, because now that this thing happened with the CDC, a lot of people are getting vaccinated. I just feel like we can still have like a little small situation after the month of May and June because of the bugs are going to be coming the end of May. June, I won't be out. But July up. Do we have anything planned? Like what about
so this is the thing, you guys, and I want y'all
need to happen.
I want y'all to honestly like tell us or tell me what y'all think. Okay, so I'm thinking about still doing the 3rd annual crab feast that I do every year. I'm still trying to play it by ear, but the CDC already talking about we free and we out here.
Well, they didn't say we free, T. Pause.
Yo,
see, people like you go overboard. They ain't say we free. See, they did. That's not what they said.
I'm gonna do a poll. We're gonna do a poll. All right, we're gonna do a poll.
See,
so if you think
flag on the play. The CDC did not say that. What they said was for those that are vaccinated, your guidelines. The unvaccinated, y'all people still gotta wear masks. It is what it is. But see, don't be trying to have no big 60-person party, yo, because I'm not going to be there.
Well, you know, it's like 150
you know, I'm
plus
probably still
type
gonna
of
come.
party.
You know, I'm probably still gonna come, and I'll just be outside.
That's gonna be the poll. I'm gonna put out a poll and see if everybody think that we should still proceed with the XCY crab feast come August. So it's gonna be the end of August, y'all. So keep that in mind. And some other things that I wanted to put in the works for us, but we gonna see exactly how COVID handles, because I want us to do a skating party. I want us to do a couple of things because we've been out of practice for about a year now.
It's about to turn up. I'm ready. I'm ready. Plan it for after June, and I'll be there.
So that's about it. But for the most part, you guys, don't forget, we do have the ad space that's available. That's $10 for the ticker ad space down at the bottom. Every time you guys support us and sponsor our show, it helps us to bring on guests free of charge. And also it helps pay for us to produce this through the wonderful StreamYard, to pay for our flyers and all of that stuff. So all of it goes to good use. So we definitely appreciate all of your support and for sticking with us for about 5 years now as we help other brands to expand through our network. But that's pretty much about it. But if you do definitely want to get on our show, inbox us at XTY, or you can email us at xty@gmail.com. We are accepting guests for the month.
I think
we got another
cut it off, Nick.
Maybe one or two. I'm like, she gonna put me on mute here. Right? So yeah, so we do have openings for March and April right now for interviews. And that's it. Do we got any XCY questions?
Second, because me and my child are back here having a discussion about turning the light off because he's tired and he does not want the lights off because he's afraid of the dark. And he don't want it off because once these lights start shutting down, it's like out and it's time to go to bed. So welcome to the life of a mother with a 3-year-old.
When you work remotely.
I've been working from home since March, and it's real. It is real.
Welcome to Women's Month. This is why we get
welcome to Women's Month. This is, and that's know, right. Instead of having, I mean, we could have an XCY. We do have a few, questions, but because it's Women's Month, I just kind of wanted to talk about the fact that I actually was reading an article, and it was saying that because of COVID, a lot of things have changed with women as far as like their jobs and being a stay-at-home parent. The ones that have their own businesses, especially the daycare providers, like a lot has, changed. And they were basically saying like, as women, we have sort of suffered the brunt of, COVID because of the fact that a lot of our businesses are shut down and we just really can't do anything because a lot of us really have to stay home. We have to stay with our kids and everything. And it just kind of struck me as, I felt like it was a little biased. Well, not really biased, but I didn't understand really why, as women, we kind of suffered that loss. You know what I mean? Why wasn't it that men suffered that too? And I know that there are a lot of men that are without jobs. They were laid off, they lost money. That's absolutely true. But the fact that the article was basically focusing in on women, is in that they really gave up jobs. They gave up a lot because they were the ones that stayed home. Mm-hmm. So I guess my question is really like, is it just a thing where women are just expected to, when things happen, we have to sort of sacrifice because we are the nurturers? Or is it because we just kind of do it because it's just a thing to do? Like, because we feel obligated, because we are the nurturer of the family. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. I agree as well, because I was speaking to a friend about this the other day, and it was just basically, down to the fact that women are usually the ones who do what? We stay home with our children. We tend to the house. We also now are so independent where we're working and we're running our businesses and have careers. It's almost as if it's expected for women to have to take that role because we are the nurturers. But I think this comes from history, pretty much, is that this is the role that we play, and we continue to play that because it's in us. It's in our DNA to do that. We're so strong. That's why I was doing a reading tonight, and I was saying, like, it's so crazy how they always saying men are the ones who lead, But in actuality, I really feel like women are the ones who take on a lead role when it comes to a lot of things. Because at the end of the day, when all else is said and done, it's like almost as if we have the final say when it comes to like the families, what happens within the house, or even like Tanika was saying, is like we got to stop our jobs completely to tend to our families, or we're still working several jobs and coming home and tending to the family, and and our spouses or our significant others or the baby fathers, however it goes, is either just tending to one thing. So I truly definitely do believe that. And now I really feel like we need to have more than just 1 month for Women's Day. I mean, I give props to my fellas out there because y'all definitely doing a damn thing. Men are definitely stepping up and taking care of their children, most definitely, and taking care of their responsibilities. But at the end of the day, we still take on so much. But it's our ability. This is something that's within us because we're so strong at the end of the day. We are able to endure a lot. But it is definitely true what you were saying. Is like to really focus on the fact that women are the ones who are making the biggest sacrifice at the end of the day. Would you agree, Chanel?
Definitely.
Okay.
When you look at the history of things, I just feel like it's always a matriarchal society. So when women are always, I think that we estimate our strength. And I know personally, the word strong is almost numb to me because sometimes to me, I don't see it as strength. I see it as I have no other option. This is what has to be done. So it gets.
Yeah. I was gonna say the same thing because I remember somebody telling me like, I was telling them like, I still have a job, like I'm still fully employed, like I never type of loss. But I went from working in the office Mondays through Fridays and my son being in daycare to literally I went to work on a Friday and it was a regular day. That Monday I went to work and my boss called and was like, hey, you can go home. I was like, wow, like what happened? She was like, no, it's just that you're gonna be working from home because of COVID. Like we don't have anybody in the office. We are shutting down all of the administrative offices. Everybody's gonna work from home. And that's been literally I believe it will be a year. Next week will be a year that I've been working from home. And I worked from home for a week and my son was still in daycare. And then like the governor shut down, like the schools were closed, but he still had the daycares open. My son's daycare closed the week after. So like I had a week of him not being here. And then after that, he was home. And I remember times I was sitting here like, this is crazy. Like I really should be sitting here and working and actually doing what I'm getting, what I'm being paid for. And you want me to focus, you want me to concentrate. But then this little 2-year-old, and at that time he was, 2, that's looking at me like, hey, I'm home. I'm home the entire day. I need breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. You're going to have to play with me. You're going to have to talk to me, like all of these things. And I was like, I can't focus. Like I remember at one time I thought I was going to lose my mind because it was so much. And I remember somebody telling me like, I really, really commend you on it because that's a sacrifice. I was like, it's not a sacrifice. Like at the end of the day, it was either I do it or I don't have no job.
It's like you don't have a choice, right?
I don't have a choice. Like at the end of the day, like I don't want to send him anywhere because of COVID. So I'm perfectly fine with him being home. Is it a lot? Yes. Is it stressful? Yes. Do I have days when I walk around here crying because it's just a lot and I've never been a stay-at-home mom? Yes. But am I going to quit my job? No. Am I going to send him to daycare? No. I feel better with him home. So it's like, it's not really a choice. I don't have no other option. The only other option is we are going to be homeless and I'm not going to have a job. And that's not what I want.
Right.
So I do agree. Like, I don't think that I think that we're strong, but I don't think there's necessarily us being strong. We are just good mothers and
it's just something that we're supposed to do.
And we have to do it. Like we don't have the option. Like we really want to take care of our families and we want to be there for them. So it's like, what was I supposed to point? Like it's not a matter of being strong, it's just a matter of
I don't want to say obligation, but this is just something that we automatically
We're
do.
mothers.
And even when I think about it and you tell a
Way
story,
and not an excuse.
right. And I think about it and I think back to when my son was 3 years old. Thank God I have a soon to be 21-year-old. But when he was 3 years old, and I'm also a natural hair care stylist by trade, but I used to have him in the salon with me and doing hair and, you know, trying to raise him and function and pay attention to a client. So I could just imagine like that was hard in itself. And I wasn't sitting in front of a computer. So when I commend all of my friends, especially y'all, look, y'all older, y'all not 23 like I was.
Look, you see my face, see, like,
right.
if you ain't telling the truth, because I'm 42 and this stuff is real.
Right.
And
hadn't to be home with you know, with a small child. And on top of that, you guys have to literally, some of, you know, who have children who are in school, you're on the computer with them while they're doing schooling online and trying to do your work at the same time. So hell yeah, we do need a woman's freaking whole year. Like every day we need to be celebrated.
That's right.
For real. You know, but when I think about it, as far as some of us are really blessed to be able to have that outlet where we have support from our family members and things like that to help us with our, you know, stay-at-home duties and things like that. COVID has definitely it has really, 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 really changed a lot of people's lives, a whole lot, especially when it comes down to being an entrepreneur on top of that. And I know from my struggles, Chanel, us having to, from closing down one business and struggling to keep another one floating because we weren't able to operate with clientele and things like that because of COVID. With your experience, and especially being a mother of 2 beautiful, right? You got 2 or 3 kids? Is it 2?
3, girl.
3, yes. Because I'm like, wait, you just
3.
had a baby girl. Right. 3 kids and a single mom on top of that, and being a business owner. Would you like to express your feelings of how you've been able to really navigate through COVID?
You know what? When you can't take it day by day, you take it hour by hour or minute by minute, really. And I'm really grateful because I was previously working in a hospital. And then I had my baby and I just didn't go back to work after I had her. I just, you know, I didn't want to be away from her. So I'm grateful that I had the salon because I strapped her to my back and we was adjusting crowns, me and her, and I nursed. So I had to book my clients a certain way so that I could take my time to take care of her and to take care of myself. And somehow we just found a way to navigate. I'm grateful that I didn't have to go back. I'm grateful that I had her so that I didn't have to go into the hospital during this time. And last year, 2020, was the first year in my existence where I worked as an entrepreneur for the entire year. And thank you.
That's
so
amazing.
I'm grateful. Thank you. And it was not easy, but I'm grateful to my loyal royals who put up with my crying baby. Trust me, Tyler is she got lungs, okay? Oh, can y'all hear me? Am I frozen still?
No.
Okay, back. No, it's frozen. I'm sorry.
But you're fine. I just think that it's so many people on the internet right now, and this it's literally been like this since last year. It's like since last year. Like at one point, we really couldn't even get online because of such issue. So it's not you.
No, but we can still hear you.
Talking, Swim.
It's just like it's like your voice is still going, but your face might be frozen a little bit.
But you're fine. Keep on.
Okay, I hope I ain't looking crazy when my face is frozen.
You are fine, sis. You are fine.
Thank you. No, but I had a lot of clients that rolled with me and they were faithful. I had really bad postpartum depression after having my youngest. So it took me about 3 months to come back to work. And my loyal royals, they rolled for me. They may have did one person in between, but they were like, we waiting for you to come back, sis. And once I saw that loyalty, I went hard for them. And so rest in peace to the people that, you know, that we lost during, the COVID related illness, and sending my condolences to the families. However, I feel like COVID-19 was a blessing in disguise, at least for me, because it was during that time where I wanted to launch my a product where I was thinking like, man, we home doing it on hair. I wish that I, had a product that people could do while times like this. So that time doing home, I learned how to make rose water and I made some shea butter and I already was playing with oils and stuff like that. And we came back to work and I just started launching it, And one of the things I realized is that sometimes perfection equals procrastination. So I still figure it out day by day, but I just try to keep going because if you wait for it to be perfect, sometimes you won't get things done.
You lose sight of the bigger picture when you try to focus on perfection.
Yeah. And I was just sort of kind of I was actually going to piggyback on what you said, because when you said that COVID was a blessing and a curse, because I think a few months ago, probably, I can't remember who we were talking to, but we were saying on that particular show, like, I want to say this may have been during the summer, but whenever, it doesn't matter. But when COVID happened, that was probably the time, especially because people weren't sure about their jobs and money. That was probably one of the best times to really pick up a craft or work on it, because a lot of people can, like, I'm not even going to front. I got into about 3 different Black business pages on Facebook, like a bunch of different groups. And I was one of those people, like, I supported the people that I knew. I didn't support random people because I didn't know them. I didn't trust them. I didn't know if their stuff was legit. I just didn't do it. Like, I would support, T and the people that we knew. This has probably been one of the best years that I've supported a lot of businesses. Like, I just buy stuff. Like, as soon as I see somebody post it, oh, let me go ahead and buy it. Because at this different time, like, this is one of the best times to really focus on a craft, because a lot of people are doing it and you have a lot of time on your hands. So I just, kind of want to piggyback on that, because a lot of people think that it's a bad thing when you say that about COVID, but it's actually true. Like, no, like, a lot of people are perfecting their crafts and they're actually learning a lot more. So,
and even down to the fact of being in the natural hair care industry and creating your product line, I wanted to really kind of just get into how you started. But as far as even creating your product line, you're in the industry that's well needed, because even during COVID, people were still trying to get their hair did. They like, hold up, is you working, sis? And I'm like, no. No, I'm not. I see y'all. Like,
you were like, I'm not taking any clients. So I don't know what they doing, but I'm not doing nobody hair.
I'm not doing it.
And I was like, no. And I was like, for real, you was like, no. So yes, you right about that.
To be able to still keep flowing in that capacity. And so what was your actual motivation behind all of this? What got you in? Because so y'all don't know this, me and Chanel actually went to Morgan State University together. I don't remember.
Oh, well, it wasn't when I was there. I'm gonna say when.
I don't remember when.
It was like
I've been in school for so
05,
long.
06,
Yeah.
07.
Yeah. That's how I met Chanel. So our journey together has been quite wonderful. She's very inspirational, very supportive, very creative. So I definitely appreciate her and all of her support. So we definitely want to thank you for joining us to be able to share your story. And a lot of people are in the are starting to embark on this natural hair care journey, right?
I love it.
Right, exactly. So what is your inspiration behind wanting to start? Or is this something that's always been with you?
No, it definitely developed over time, because I remember years ago when you started, well, I'm not even going to say started, because you just been a trailblazer my whole life, but when I knew that you was making your products and you was in the kitchen whipping up hair crack and stuff like that, I never even thought about it. So I want to thank you for always being a beacon of light, always being make yourself available to answer my questions, to encourage me. Yeah. Like, yes, you got a good sister. We got a good sister, girl. But I think that once I started doing a little bit more hair and my clientele grew, I started to understand that I'm not just styling their hair. These people are coming to me for my expertise. They need my guidance and things like that. So when people used to first ask about what should I use for my hair, I would initially recommend products based off of the packaging. And it was products that had like a spout on it, and anything that was easy for the client to rub on their hair out, that's what I would recommend. But then as I start to read the products a little bit, I read that like a lot of the products, the ingredients in these products that I was recommended was not quality products. And I wasn't comfortable with keep sending my clients. So I just figured, well, let me figure out what's needed. They keep asking me and I like to do stuff anyway. And so I just started doing a little bit of research and finding out, what are the main problems that the core of my clientele have and that I know people with natural hair, what are their issues. And so I just kind of grew from there and paid attention to what people need. And that's what I want to say is that I feel like love of people and trying to be a problem solver is what kept me successful in my own right. Because if you're always trying to find the problem to the solution to somebody's problem, then you're always going to be in business. There's always going to be problems. What you going to do to solve them? So,
and being very
I guess that's kind of how
exactly. And it's so crazy because it sounds like my same exact story. And it's like just really being passionate about helping people to resolve their hair issues. On top of that, your product is a skincare too as well. It's versatile, right?
Yes, let me tell you, sometimes we be sitting on gifts and don't even realize it. So I made a butter, and I didn't. It was just for mostly skin. It works wonders on ashy knees and elbows. So, and I know that Baltimore cold very ash, so it works. But after I started making like the shea butter, one of my friends told me she uses it for her as a lip balm. Another one of my friends told me she uses it for the heels of her feet. And then I know that I use it sometimes my lavender one. Yeah. And then for nighttime, I use my lavender one to grease my baby's scalp so that she kind of winds down a little bit. So it started out as a hair care line, and now it's kind of just naturally making this progression to skincare because one of my sisters, she uses the rose water to set her makeup. And I just was thinking we're using it for these locks, but my sister uses it to spray her pillow as aromatherapy before she goes to bed. So it's just coming to be so many different uses that I really can't even going to lie. I didn't even perceive that.
So I used my products today on my client and I was like, yes, I wanted to have them, but I forgot to grab them from out of the kitchen so that I could actually be showing you guys the products too at the same time as we're talking about it. Yeah. I could still get up and go get them.
Well, wait, because since we're talking about the skin, since we're talking about skincare too, like what kind of products do you have for the skin? Like I was a Mary Kay kid. Like my mother was selling Mary Kay, so she was a Mary Kay lady.
And honey, she breaks out in hives and all types of stuff.
Right. So. But I really one of them people like I could try Mary Kay. Like one I tried it a few months ago. I haven't told my mother yet. I tried it about a few months ago and I broke out in hives. I was like, this is what I use on a regular basis. Like my skin is extremely sensitive. I can use water and I can guarantee you within a month it's going to be a reason why I can't use faucet water anymore because my skin is like it's crazy. But yeah, but it's crazy. But I'm one of them people. T can tell you. Well, I will break out in hives and will pop a Benadryl and will still try it again. Like it might not have been that. Because it was warm, because it was too cold, because there was too much rose in it. Like I would try to keep going. My skin is dumb. Like it just kind of does what it want to do. Right. Like I have a seafood allergy. I still be trying to crack some snow crab legs.
You eating them crabs.
And I still try to see some snow crab legs and like these aren't real. And then last week I had some and I was sitting here itching. So I'm one of those people. Bingo. So for somebody that has like bad skin, that deals with acne, because my skin is very, very acne prone, especially when my period comes, what do you recommend? Because I'm just kind of asking you because you have a lot of people that can use like anything because their skin just is not affected by what they use. Then you have some that their skin is affected by every single thing that they use, what they eat, the air, the wind, the water, just anything that
the whole freaking environment.
On that. Just the world, the earth. Do you sort of focus on that too, or do you just try to make something that um people can use with no problem. Like it doesn't matter like your skin type. Like you should be able to use it.
Well, for right now, because most of my line is oil based, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for oily skin. However, what I would recommend is first find out all of your allergies. When I get new clients, one of the first questions I ask is, do you have any allergies? Do you have sensitivities to scents, fragrances, or essential oils? Because I use a lot of essential oils in my products. And I have a group of clients, shout out, that she can't have certain oils in her products. So I have to modify her recipe so that she doesn't break out. So I would, research if it's anything else that you're allergic to that may be in the products. And I always think that as close to the earth as possible is always best. So, I don't have an exfoliation line yet. But I would recommend.
I just have a question. When you say it's
What's
close
up?
to the earth as possible, do you mean that basically everything is like natural? There's no added anything, like everything that's entailed is natural, like plant, dirt, grass, weed, whatever. That's basically what that means. Because I don't know about that.
Mhm.
So when you said close to the earth, I had to be clear.
Mhm.
Like what you mean?
No,
Like
when I say it's close to the earth, I mean like as natural as possible. You
Mhm.
want it to be, as you really don't want no man-made products in it if you can help it. Now, with some things like, shampoo or pure castor oil soap or things like that, they may have to have some sort of chemicals for the nature of the product, but just as natural as possible.
Mhm.
Because a lot of clients that and customers who have purchased the product, they use it in their hair and they say that normally like the oil makes their scalp burn. And that's because what T told me about 11 years ago, that the petroleum and stuff is not good for your scalp.
Mhm.
And the mineral oils and the petroleums are things that's in a lot of these,
that
things we're
sounds like
using
tea.
to moisturize our scalp. Yeah, girl. When I tell you, sis, from the Trailblazer is no such thing as
listen, I have been natural since 06. I've been natural since 06. I got natural because of her. When I first decided that I was gonna become natural, it was because of her. Sorry, my child's in the background going off because he's sleepy right now. Working from home life is real.
Right.
She's the reason why I became natural. And I remember her saying, you don't need to get a perm because it's going to cause cancer and it gets in your brain. And I was sitting there looking at her like, really? She was like, and it causes cancer. And, da, 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 da. And I remember sitting at her house like, oh my God, well, I didn't cut all the perm out but she did, and she started my locks. I haven't had perm in my hair since like 06. Like I like this is freaking 2020. I haven't had perm in my hair since 06. So so that just shows you like she really her stuff.
And
like,
it reminded
really
me when you said that as long as it's as close to the earth as possible, I used to always tell my clients, like, if it's good enough to eat, why don't we want to use it on our hair? So if I can ingest this, you're saying I want to put it on my hair too as well. So that's letting you know that it's not going to kill you if you eat it. So it's definitely perfect for your hair.
I know, but I just feel like we was kind of bullied into being natural because you telling people that you
I'll be like, girl, because long
if they got perm,
you
gonna get a perm and die. I was like, I'm gonna get cancer.
Save your life, sis.
You're gonna end up getting fibroids.
She said it just say in January of 06. By November of 07, I was fully natural. I didn't have nothing in my hair except for water and oil. And I let her lie. I had no intention because she scared me so bad. I was like, well, I don't want to get cancer because I want to get a perm like every 6 weeks. So yeah, you absolutely right. Absolutely right.
So do you have a separate page for your products, or everything is inside of the Charm City Natural hair care page?
Yeah, everything is the Charm City Natural Hair. You'll see that. Oh, y'all, can y'all hear me? Am I moving? Can y'all hear me? Okay, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing a robot. Okay. So you can go on the Charm City Natural Hair, and that's where I have a menu. And you can inbox me, let me know what you want, and then I accept payment via PayPal, Venmo. We do Zelle, we do Apple Pay. We do Cash App. We're working on getting a website right now. It's coming together, and they can also do the same thing on Instagram. Go and look at the menu and just place your order via DM.
All right, look, I'm trying to get up your ticker real quick. Hold on.
Can y'all hear me?
Where it go? Yes, we can hear you. There we go.
Just
we can hear you.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so
all right.
I'm telling you, this wonderful world of the internet, we love it, but we hate it, right? Because it'd be like, the lagging. But however,
man, listen,
we still get to speak to you all the way where you at. You understand? So hold up, is Tanika talking to us?
It's a wonderful thing.
Sorry, I put my.
I see her laughing.
I did.
You know she.
I told y'all, this treacherous threes is not no joke. We had a full-on tantrum, and it took we had a full-on tantrum. It took everything in me, like if y'all go back and watch this, you'll see my mouth going like this. You don't, Nicholas Stearns. Like these are moments that I really be like, yo, you really are a mother. Like you really got a kid because you talking through your teeth. So I had to mute the phone. So I had to mute my so like every time I muted it, I was sitting here like
and smiling at the same time, looking
like
but guess what? It's natural.
Like I'm gonna knock.
So you can do it. We understand.
Like I'm gonna knock you. Like I literally was like, you gotta go upstairs and go to sleep.
Wait, is she talking to us? What's happening?
No, I really was sitting here like, listen, you gotta go upstairs and get in your bed and go to sleep because I'm going to knock you out. Go upstairs. Go upstairs. I was sitting there like, yeah, go upstairs. You better stop. Nicholas, stop falling out. I had to because I was like, because the next breath would have been, let me turn this camera off and take it from the bed. There's a whole argument about the lights being out. Like literally, he was like, "Mommy, I am afraid of the," and he's not in the dark. He's sleepy. He's sleepy.
Right.
So I get it. He's sleepy. So I get it. It's not how he's sleepy, but this is them treacherous. So ain't no joke. I love my baby, but these treacherous threes, I don't know what it is. But anyway, if you see me smiling, it's because he done came.
That's what you're doing.
Because he was in his bed. He
That's how I was like, wait,
pause.
Is we missing something here?
No, you saw me smiling because I was sitting here. I was sitting here at one point like, cut the light off. Cut the kitchen light off. Cut the light off and go lay down. Like, what's happening? Bingo. I didn't even know I could do that.
But then
look, she got
right. She's like, I understand, sis. I understand.
Oh,
yeah.
So, let me tell you, I got the baby downstairs with the oldest two. I'm like, listen here, 6 o'clock. Please keep her. She got her melatonin on deck. Y'all got your church's chicken. Please.
Yes.
So I feel for you because I can pawn her off on the older two.
Right. Hold up. Wait. You said church's chicken? All right, hold on. We're going to
Who got church's chicken? Wait a minute.
Girl, I'm in trouble. It's walking distance from my house.
We ain't got no churches here. We ain't got a Bojangles. I'm from KFC and Popeyes. They can kick rocks.
I've only seen Bojangles like through the airport.
We ain't got no Bojangles. You know we don't have no Bojangles in Maryland. You gotta go down south. I'm from sick of Bojangles. I'm from sick of KFC and Popeyes and in Lexington Market. No, they took all stalls out of there. So the chicken pickings are limited. Yeah, I'm so
they
sick
got
of
that hip hop chicken though.
Big. You know they got.
I can't even get my life together.
Hold on, we gotta get back.
Wait a minute, just a real pause. Let me tell you how real that fucking crack on that Popeye's chicken is. My best friend,
yes,
my very best friend in the whole world, lives in South Carolina. Her mother lives down there with her. Her mother called and said, "Hey, can you go into the Hip Hop Chicken and see if they can give you some of that powder so you put it down here?" I was like, some of the powder that they put. She was like, "Yeah, see if you can buy it." I was like, "They don't sell that."
Look,
She was like, "How do you know?" Yo, it's Shamika's mother. So she was like, "Well, how do you know?" Because if they did, everybody would be buying They don't have that. They sprinkle it on and they box your food up and you go. I was like, hip hop don't sell that powder. I want some of it. Sis, I said, you better do like I do. You better buy some and you better sit and taste it to add stuff in. Nobody knows what's in that powder but hip hop chicken. You want me to buy?
MSG,
she was like,
honey.
see if they can put it in a little container.
Like, can I get some of that extra sugar you put on top?
Sis, they don't sell that. They're not gonna, girl. Listen, don't get me started.
Yo.
But back on his head, listen, back on his head care and the skin situation. So we gotta figure something out for the summer.
Because I wanted to see even about advice, because as we are coming into the summer months here, and I know it's already nice down there. Lord help us, I wish we were there. But what do you recommend as far as for clients who are wearing their natural tresses and keeping it moisturized, or like even giving us some advice when it comes down to locking? Because there's so many different reasons why people get into wearing locks. So many different misconceptions about locks. You know, like what is some advice that you would give to someone who wants to start locks?
Well, first, I would encourage them to make sure it's something that they really want to do. It's something that they want, and that it's not a decision that's being made for them. I always do consultations with my clients to make sure that our energy is on the same vibe to get my deposit. I shouldn't say it like that, but I also don't want to scam. I don't want clients feeling scammed out of their deposit. Like, no, this is legit. This is what we're doing. But you also have to pay attention to your hair type and what type of locks that you want to do. You have instant locks, you have comb coils, you have 2 strands, you have some people start their locks from braids. When you take the comb, and you pull it through the hair and make like little coils or starter locks all over the head.
I had double strand twists. Oh, okay. All right. I had to do, I get that little sometimes. Okay.
So you I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm about to jump into a whole I'm about to be like, so when you start the locks, do you just do the traditional methods, or are you into like adding hair to start locks or different things like that, or your salon bases on natural and locked hair?
For me, me and added hair don't really get along too well all the time. And I really work better with natural. So I always, if people come in with them done, I don't refuse them, but it's not a service that I offer. So I always see their texture of their hair, and I always try to find out like what's their lifestyle. San Diego is a place that have a lot of military families. So you have to, if they get locks, you have to be mindful of them being able to keep their hair in regulations. So, you just try to figure out the client's needs and what's going to work best for their hair type. And then I personally like doing comb coils, but it wasn't until like last year, about 2 years ago, where I saw that you could actually do comb coils on long hair, where I always was taught that if it's long, you just 2 strand. But, people started getting the comb coils on the long hair.
It
and
just
so
takes a little
I really allow my...
It
take a little bit longer.
I knew this was going to be T's show. I swear to God, T, I told her, I was like, I think that T should lead this show. It's going to be on point. Go right ahead, because I'm over here laughing like y'all are practically thinking the same thing right about me. Go ahead.
Well, it's best to do an in-person consultation, because over the phone don't always do justice with the pictures, and you can't always feel somebody's energy. And somebody can send you an old picture and you base their price off of that. Not the same. So, and a lot of times another thing that I realize is that sometimes people need to be educated. They come in and they say, this is what I want. And then once I bring them in and we have an opportunity to have a discussion, and I'll show them, I'll do a tester on the back of their head and say, this is a 2-strand, this is a comb coil, play with it, see how you like it. And then they make their decision as to, what they want. So sometimes they just need a little guidance, because sometimes they may think that it's something that they want, but once you talk to them and, walk them through everything, they realize, okay, well, maybe that's not necessary, or I want my locks this size, and, all those types of things. We always cover the size of the desired lock, because whatever size they want their locks, you have to start, whatever size that they desire, the size that they want their locks, you have to start the lock a little bit bigger, or a little bit smaller, I should say, so that it has chance to grow and, become the size that they eventually want.
So I
You want
have
to ask something, Tien?
yeah, I have a question because you were talking about hair. You were talking about the consultation and all of that. So when you do the consultation, like you can do like the coils, you could do the like the double strand twist or just whatever you do. But everybody's hair is different. Everybody's texture is different. Some things like especially when what I learned when I was locking, like when I was going through the process, every product doesn't work in everybody's hair. Just as a person that's natural now, the only probably chemical that I may have in my hair now is the what you call color. But other than that, I'm totally natural. The products that other people use in their hair, I can't use. My hair is not kinky, but it's not soft and like like it's not soft and curly, like it's regular and I can't explain it. I mean, T would know, but it's not, but my hair is dry, it gets dry fast and things like that. When you do your consultations, do you think about the products too, or do you just kind of just use it based upon what you have there? You know what I mean? Because a lot of people use same shea butter, they use the same sort of they may use the same, I don't know what they use. They may use the same stuff on everybody's hair. And everybody's hair doesn't hold the same way. It doesn't last the same way. Some people's hair flake. It dries out. Like it's just a lot. So do you also do
that's part of
consultation?
That's part of the consultation because I need to see if they need something that I don't already have. Their hair may have different needs, like you said. But when it comes to locks, I'm a huge fan of oil and water. And when it's starting locks, was most times you can really use oil and water. Only thing that I may add is like a light water soluble edge control just for a hold or just to kind of make the parts clean around the edge. But I really try to keep the products to a minimal because you don't want so much buildup on your locks. And when you start to think about the longevity of your locks, if you have a lot of buildup, locks are getting heavy, your locks are snapping off, and that's where a lot of breakage and things come in. So at the base of it, it's really about health, like the health of the hair. We want hair that looks good, but we want healthy
hair.
Healthy, yeah.
And you're right, because when I started learning how to do natural hair back in 2000, I think I started 2001, and that's what I was trained under when I was trained under Masani and Carla Winters, and they trained us basically to just use oil and water, right? And it wasn't until we started to encounter some customers that would be like, I want my hair to hold, so I want gel, I want this. So we started to really just branch out to accommodate other people's requests. But like you said, really you only are supposed to just use oil and water on your locks, and sometimes even the oil might be a little bit too much because you don't want to have that build up, like she was saying. So, and I definitely like appreciate it. It's like, okay, not only are you building a relationship with your clientele, you're also building a relationship with your clientele's hair. And that's that's the best thing about finding a really great stylist for your hair. And that's what people should look. Yes, this is what people should look for, because a lot of times some people mess it up for people who are truly into natural hair care. And this, when, as far as even what you were saying with the consultation, like these are the reasons why you should be doing these consultations, so that you know who you aligning yourself with at the end of the day. Because I can get somebody who's just gonna wash me with some Suave shampoo and
put twist me up in 30 minutes, gel in there, and call it a day.
And call it a
and
day.
Put the profile in it and just put
exactly.
Not the Ampro.
I'm not the Ampro. Listen, I've never had that in my hair except for when I had a perm. But I remember
that black crunchy gel.
Girl, I remember somebody fussing. Probably after I started my locks. I remember somebody fussing like, "Oh, who did your hair?" And I was like, "My friend T, blah 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 blah." And this is when my locks were short. And he was like, "Oh, it's not flaking. You don't have that brown stuff in it." And I was like, what brown stuff? Like, she, like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, she used, I think at that time, she used like shea butter and like a little bit of gel, like around like my size. I was like, what are you talking about? She don't use no brown gel. What are you talking about? And he was like, no, because the girl I go to, she used brown gel. I was like, what brown? Because I wasn't natural. I mean, I was, but I didn't know about like natural.
Right.
So I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, what? And he was like, yo, the Pro Style. I was like, black on a fucking play. Why are they using that? And they was like, oh, they do this, and then they put the clip on it. I was like, so you just walk around for
put the clip on
6 weeks for like a month with all this flakes in your hair? Like, why would you let that happen? He was like, yo, because I don't know about. But I was like, you need to call my friend, even if you don't call somebody, because whoever is doing your hair is messing that up, because you don't use gel on locks, but a lot of
it's more of it's like you said, the misinformation. It is more of a lifestyle, and I think that's where people get it twisted. It's like you're not just wearing and rocking natural hair here. It's becoming you. It's what you put in your body. It's what you use on your hair. Like all of that comes into factor when caring for the hair. And that's why I'm like, I know I keep going back to that, and I'm reiterating it because I know it's going to be some people, especially in your area, if they're tuned in, that's going to reach out to you to book an appointment. It's like, always make sure you are connected with somebody who really truly cares about not just you, but your hair too at the same time. Being in this industry to me is trying.
Chanel, Mayday, Chanel.
She's on here. Signal. I'm here.
Okay.
Can y'all hear me?
Mayday,
I'm here.
Chanel said, I'm here.
I'm like, here. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
My biggest question for you, before we close out, is just basically, have you encountered a client as of yet that you feel like this client is just not for me?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've had to fire a few clients because like sometimes your past start out like this, and I'm with y'all hair. This is what I tell all my clients. I'm with y'all hair a few hours every few weeks, whatever. Y'all with y'all hair all the time. So there's only so much that I can do within the time frame that we have. So I've had to fire clients, like, you know what? I wouldn't want you to invest all this money because I'm not giving you a discount. So I won't want you to invest all this money into this if you're not going to be able to maintain the upkeep. But one of the main reasons why moving forward, I always said that I would try to do consultations is because I had a client with long hair and she wanted starter locks. We talked. I, gave her a consultation. I didn't do a consultation before the appointment, and that is where I learned my lesson. Because a day or two after she got her hair done, like Christmas or Christmas Eve, sister's talking about she's not. First, her scalp was on fire, and then she's not happy with her hair. And they're like, "Well, wait, you were happy when you left the chair, and I use all natural products." And so it was just like we had this exchange, and it was a learning lesson. It had me question myself a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, but the next set of locks I did, it was the best set I ever did, and it really kind of solidified things for me. Like, no, sometimes you're just going to cross paths with people who have malintentions. It's not always you. Just stand your ground. I was professional, but I was assertive too, and that was a lesson that told me, like, I need to ensure that I'm meeting with these people because money, it's not worth the peace of mind. I love what I do. I love my clients.
Yeah, all money ain't good money.
Exactly. And you're not going to have me. You're not going to have me behind my chair, stressing myself out, hating my job because you want me to be who you want me to be. Not going to happen. So, I've had people. Yeah, and it's okay. And let's learn that, you know what, it's okay. It doesn't mean anything is wrong with them. Don't mean anything wrong with me. It just means that we are not for each other, and that's okay. You know?
Right. Yeah.
So listen, so this has been a dope show. I feel like I want to talk to you more. I feel like I want to talk to you more because I feel like I'm talking to T. I feel like I'm talking to on her head care stuff, and she's like, because you shouldn't put that in your hair.
I do not say it like that.
Listen, you put it in your hair, and them eyes started getting big. Like, don't put that in your hair. And I'll be saying that, like, all right, T, I just acted. I can maybe put a ponytail in my hair. What are you looking for? But
don't want to pull them edges out.
Listen, because she be on it. So, just really quick, one more time. I know we have it flashing across the, screen. Just for the people that don't want to read, they don't want to take the time to read. They can get in contact with you and what you offer for them.
Okay. Please, everybody, you can reach out to me. I have a number 443-290-8406. Okay. So y'all can call me or text me there. Feel free to follow me on Facebook or Instagram, Charm City Natural Hair. And a few things I want to say before we go. I know we got a few minutes. When you moisturizing your hair, I want y'all to know that oil is a sealant. Oil will seal in whatever you're putting it on. So if you're putting oil on something dry, it's going to seal in the dryness. If you're putting oil on something moist, it will seal in the moisture. So prior to oiling your scalp or oiling your hair, it's best to mist your hair with or water of some type. I have rose water that I have, but mix your hair with some water and then oil it, and you'll see that the moisture will retain. It's the same idea when you putting lotion on after you get out the shower. You want your skin to be a little damp so that you seal in that moisture.
So you know that you're telling me that. So you know that every time I go wash my hair, I'm gonna be in the bathroom. I'm gonna be in the bathroom like my hair dry. You know, Matia, I'm gonna be in the bathroom like. Let me get that mess in. In that bathroom, like, nope. Yeah, okay. And they can reach you on Instagram and on Facebook.
You just want
I don't know. I got a little tea on my hand.
Instagram and Facebook. Yes, little tea.
I got a little tea. And you know, T, you better tell her now that I know that she's doing his hair. That she's doing the freaking skin situation. What am I going to do, T?
Right, going straight to her page. Like,
I'm going to be writing that. T already know I'm going to be writing that inbox. Like, let me go ahead and order this and that. This shipping. Let me go ahead and put my order in. I'm excited.
Yep. I will have your order out in 1 to 2 days.
Nothing but a word. Tell it to you. Better tell. I will be in that inbox. I ain't ordering stuff.
She said, I can't hear nobody.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear y'all.
Smiling. I see smiling. Yeah. Okay. All right. So listen. I really am talking to a little T. That's how you be laughing and stuff. I be like, oh, wait a minute, T. No. Okay. All right. So listen.
And we both Virgos. Yeah, we Virgos. That's awesome.
That's what's really happening here. That's that Virgo invasion. This is the only Virgo I really rock with because the other ones be a little shaky. All right. So how we end our show, we always end it with a positive affirmation. Something that positive, something that you want people to walk away with. It could be whatever you want it to be. Oh, you got to get ready for that information.
She's like, oh,
what kind of information you talking? What you about to come here? So it could be a song, a quote, a poem, not a long poem because about 2 minutes, but just something that you can leave people with that, So thank you so much. What you call Korean girl. She said this was a dope show. Make sure you share it with your friends. So leave us with something. Just leave us with something. There you go.
You know what? I just have a brief anecdote about me and my kids, and this is the first time I kind of told my story, but me and my children were homeless. We stayed in motels and we stayed at a transitional living facility. And, we manifested and we were blessed with this house recently. So just don't give up. Don't give up. Keep God first. Stay good in your intentions. And, you'll be grateful for hard times because them hard times are shaping you for something so much greater. I just want to thank y'all. I love y'all. Shout out to Puddin' T and Ag Glamour and Adrian and everybody, and I love y'all. That's it.
T, where's your affirmation?
All right, so I don't know if this really is an affirmation, but this is more like a question and then something to just ponder.
A question?
It's not even a question, but just take it as something that you need to think about to yourself and then answer it to yourself type thing. But if you could do anything, what would it be That's the question. Just know that the answer, it dwells within your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway to your soul. So deep in your heart, you already know what this answer is. So do what feels right for you and nobody else but you. And that's it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Powerful.
I love that. I was thinking of an affirmation to like give to leave, but this is Women's Month, and you know, I have a life coach. She is the truth. I wish I could say her name, but she probably gonna be like, "Who the hell? No, we're not doing." It. But she's really good, and because I really, yeah, like she's really good. And one thing I've learned is that we have a lot of baggage. As women, we got a lot of baggage.
Mm-hmm.
We carry a lot of that baggage because a lot of times we don't have no other choice and just carry a lot of baggage. But this is a new year. Spring is coming, summer, just everything. So I just want us as women to be peaceful, to find love, to love ourselves, to be content with ourselves, to enjoy every benefit that comes along with being you. You know, despite what you hear every day, like you are beautiful, you are powerful, you are strong, you are smart, you are kind, you are important, you are independent, like you are all those things. And nobody is going to love you more than you love yourself. So just remember that. And lastly, bag lady, you gonna hurt your back, dragging on back like that. Hey, so that's what I wanted to say. So just remember
We're
that.
just ready for you to finish. Like,
I know, because then you know I would have kept thinking, then I would have started laughing. It would have been a whole concert. I would have went to another song. It would have kept going. Because I just listen. I had the best weekend, and also COVID has gotten us down. But listen, I COVID monitor for a year. Listen, it's okay. You don't have to relax, but we're gonna be okay.
mm-hmm.
So with that being said, this is CN.
And a Yoga T Price.
And who do we have?
Chanel, the crown adjuster.
And this is HCY. Y'all want to thank y'all for tuning in. You can catch us next week. Same time, same place. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.